Anyway, so welcome to the Cones Podcast. I'm your host Roger, and I'm here with my good pals. How's it going, guys?
Finished high school finally. Thank goodness.
I hate you so much.
What do you mean? Are you happy? Oh wait, you can't drive. You don't have a job.
You gotta take a year off.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
That's just my plan after high school. What can I do? Like, without
Get a job.
Well, that's why I'm getting my ID next week, Monday.
Why not just get a license and drive?
Do you think you'll be ready to drive?
Yeah,
It's gonna be October when you can drive.
I know I can drive. I've done it, and I do it, just not legally.
Scooch closer.
Just not legally. So.
Because 3 of us here have consistent job. I don't know about Bella, and then you, Roger. What job did you do? You have been working.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, I do a ton of odd jobs, right?
By that you mean one?
No, a lot.
I hope it wasn't
You mowed
that
your
long.
lawn? Because that was... We pulled up to his house yesterday, and he texted us before. He was like, I got to finish mowing my lawn. And he was like, okay, finish. So we pulled up to his house, and he lives on this hill, and it's all grass, you know. And you can just see there's strips of tall grass running through because he missed it every time.
I'm not finished.
You mowed over the whole lawn, and you missed like half of it.
I didn't. Okay, no. My lawn is perfectly fine.
No, it's not.
You better send me a picture.
I have pictures on my phone. I'll send it. But yeah, no. The other day I was cleaning somebody's garage. I got $350 for it.
Well, how did the story start? How did he contact you?
Well, it was more like me contacting him because I was just like walking around. I was like, "Hey, you got a dumpster in front of your house. You need help cleaning or something?" I was like, "Oh yeah, sure, totally." And so he's like, I'm cleaning out my garage because it's like a total mess. And he like opens his garage, and oh my, you couldn't even take a step into the garage.
Would you be willing to clean my garage?
It's not as bad as that.
Yeah, no, but like you couldn't even see the floor, and it was just full of, like, imagine like not throwing your trash in like the trash bin and taking it to the end of the driveway every week. Instead of throwing it in your garage and accumulating that for like 3 years. That was literally how it was.
Good juiciness.
Yes, and as soon as like you got a whiff of that, it was disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
Did you step on a banana peel?
No.
Just a jar of mayonnaise.
No, there wasn't.
Jar of mayonnaise.
Did I tell you about
Yeah,
the
you
jar?
told me about that.
There was. I was like halfway done, and I'm like sweeping out this dude's corner, and it's, oh my god, it was like melted trash in the corner that I was trying to get out. And so I'm trying to get this out, and there was just a jar of mayo, but
Was it a full jar?
I don't know. I didn't open it, but it was obviously like old because it was like expanding, like it looked like it was about to explode.
It was bloated mayonnaise.
It was literally a ticking time bomb of just disgusting, rancid mayonnaise.
You should have kept it
Mayonnaise.
and used it for
As like a
for graduation.
Roger, please come up to the stand. I got this jar.
We have your diploma. Well, I have something for you, sir.
It's like in the news. It's like reported as a bombing because like it was literally on the like brink of just actually exploding, just rancid mayo everywhere. It was disgusting, but I had to get through like a layer of trash bags. Like they're all ripped, and none of them were like actually like secure trash bags. And once I got done with that, dead animals everywhere. It was actually dead animals, cat poop, mouse poop everywhere. It was actually just enough to give me like PTSD.
Yeah, he's
of
been
just
talking about this
cat
all
poop.
week.
I literally did this 2 days ago.
All week. It's Tuesday.
But it was, I got $350 for it though, and it was only like 6 hours of work. So
Yeah, it's been crazy. Today, we had to go in to do our practice, graduation, whatever,
Commencement.
Yeah, commencement.
commencement, and we went in, and then afterwards we got out, which one, it took forever to do that. But we got out, and I told Ellen, I am going to run away, and you guys have to catch us. So it was me, Connie, and Roger in my car, and it was Elton and Bella, and we got out, and I said, we're going to meet at a park in the town we're in, and then we're going to go on a race. But then I said I had to get gas, and I turned off to get gas, and they kept going to the park, and then we just never went to that park.
Well, actually, no, we went to Bella's house because she needed a change of clothes.
Whatever.
Yeah. But, yeah.
We had to get gas.
I had full intentions of just following them everywhere they went. But
Yeah, we lost them, so then we went to this...
I was wearing the leather skirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to this horse hiking trail.
No.
We went to a horse hiking trail to avoid them, and then we got there, we were on our way there, and we decided we'd tell them that, and then they'd have to find us. And this horse hiking trail is in this big valley, and there's trails on either end, and they just go a ways down the valley, and then they stop, and they're just horse trails or whatever. And so we went down one trail, and we're going all around, and then we come to a fork, and we decided to go one way because it backtracks, and then we sat there and waited for them, and then we saw them walk past us. And so then we cut down, and we'd gone over a bridge before, and we didn't go back to the bridge. We just cut through the stream and climbed up the valley to the top of it again, and then went back to the parking lot where we'd shown up, and we hid in the woods next to the parking lot. And then you could tell your part of the story.
Well, there we were, wandering, walking, trying to find these guys. And let me tell you, I had the assumption that this park would loop around, you would walk along the path, and eventually you would come out on the other end back to the parking lot. So my thought is, okay, we're going to go around in a loop and come back to the parking lot, and if we didn't run into them then we'll turn around and we'll face plant into them. Well, after a while, I get a text from my good old pal Nathan that we saw you go past. So at that point, I'm like, okay, well, we could turn around, or we could keep going. So we decided we're going to keep going. We're walking. There's like these little blue markers on the trees that tells you where is what and allows you to be on the path still. So we're going and going and going until the path gets thinner, more leaves, unkept, and eventually there's just no more markers, no more trail. It's nothing. And then I call Nathan, like, well, we lost trail. So he told us to go back. And I'm like, okay, we'll run into him on the way back. So we go. We're going. And after a long hike back, we decide we're going to just, sit outside my truck and wait for them.
Well, the goal was to like not run into you guys, because we set up this like whole bet. If Elton found, it was basically like a big game of hide and seek.
Yeah.
So if Elton found us, we would have to pay for dinner.
Yeah.
And then like vice versa, if we like hid, he would have to pay for dinner.
Yeah, and it was till 4:30, and so he got back to his truck. The thing is that we were standing in the bushes like 15 feet away, just standing there.
Well, let me
we
say,
were playing on our phones.
Okay, I have a perfect plan. I looked at Bella and I'm like, well, let's see if we can trick them. And I didn't know that they were standing 15
We were tricking
feet.
him.
So I text him. I go, so Nathan, how about we're sitting on the bridge. How about whoever gets to their car first wins? And you'll probably get there first because we're out here. So, yeah, that sounds fair, right? He's like, yeah. Because little did I know, he was watching me send that message.
Yeah. He was trying to be like, oh, we should race. And I was trying to not tell him that I totally knew he was at his truck already.
That makes it so much better.
It was so great.
It would have been such a great plan, though.
It would have. And then Roger, we were, out in the woods just waiting, and he got a little water, and he made a ball out of mud, and he rolled into his ball, and it's a horse trail, so there's horse poop everywhere. And so I texted him that Roger had a piece of poop there. And
I picked it up.
Yeah.
Casually.
To believe that Roger just picked up a piece of horse poop.
Anyone else, I would have been like, no, they wouldn't do that. But I genuinely believed Roger was walking around with a clump of horse crap in his hand.
We sent him a
throw
picture and everything.
I'm gonna throw up the picture.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because Roger just had this piece of dirt, and we kept telling him that it was a piece of poop. And when we
I
showed
believed
up,
it 100%.
I threatened you. I was like, if I see you, I'm going to throw
No,
this
but
at
I
you.
told him, I go, Nathan, you don't have to tell him this, but if he throws at me, I'm punching him in the face. Like, that's gonna happen. And,
he threw it at you, but he missed.
yeah,
And you slapped him.
did. Not quite a punch.
Dude, I still have,
'cause
like,
he
Bella's
did-
word, like, echoing my head. She was like, dude, that is actually gross.
Yeah.
You were genuinely disgusted. It was like, oh, this is a...
They were convinced that he was just walking around with a piece of horse poop for like an hour and a half.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Well, but here's the better side of the story. Long story short, I lost the bet, and I was doomed to, buy dinner. So,
Out there for 3 hours.
we
So
decide on Applebee's. We get there, and everyone's like, well, it's only fair. We'll get cheap stuff. Roger flips open the menu, looks straight for the $18 shrimp and Parmesan sirloin, and everyone else is getting stuff like $10, $11.
Yeah,
I got
$18.
I got chicken strips, and you got like a sandwich, and then Roger gets a freaking shrimps on steak. Like,
Bella got like a chicken sandwich on. Yeah.
It's cheap stuff, regardless, and then Roger.
Roger, he was really that guy.
Roger got the most expensive meal, and he got like 3
And he
pops.
acted like he earned it. He was like,
He was like, "Oh
I
yeah."
sat in
I-
that
I-
woods. I stood there for 3 hours watching you mess around in your truck.
The thing
trying to
is that
stop-
Roger was the worst. Roger kept making noise. You guys were standing like 50 feet away from
Oh,
us,
yeah.
and then Roger kept throwing stuff and moving around. It's like, Roger, shut up. And
Well, okay. Do you think it's that weird? Okay, it would be weirder if the forest was completely quiet. I'm
except
just
that
saying.
they were hearing noises, and they thought it was.
I thought it was you guys over there. There was an animal. I should have checked over there, but I didn't.
Yeah, if you check.
Nathan popped his trunk and everything.
Well, I know. I figured he was
Yeah,
doing
when
that.
we were
That's-
sitting there, like 50 people
That's
watching them, they were like, "Oh, we're really thirsty," and I was like, "I have water in my car," and I unlocked my car, like when they were standing there.
Yeah.
And then they didn't go in, so I locked it again, and it beeped, and they didn't do anything. So then
I sent him a text. Hey, I just heard your car. Where are you?
I popped my trunk and unlocked my car again, and they just wouldn't.
The moral of the story is we're all liars, pretty much.
Pretty
I
much.
didn't lie once. I was getting that sirloin.
You said you had a piece of horse poop.
Yeah, I guess I did.
He had a piece of horse poop. We
I
were
mean, that's
totally
your
on the
fault.
trail.
I was totally on the bridge. I was genuine. Yeah.
That was more.
Yeah, we
your
played
fault
Polytopia
believing in it.
for
Well,
like
if
an
you
hour and a half.
actually believed it and showed up, I was gonna be like all stretching, like, oh man, that was a close one. Like,
We really had to pump.
man.
That would have been hilarious if we cut around and walked back the normal way, and you guys lied to us about it. Like we knew you had been there. We should have done that. I should have walked in the normal way.
Oh, that was,
Yeah,
we walked
and then
in from
called
the
him
road.
out on his crap and made him pay
You should-
anyways.
Yeah.
Uh,
We wouldn't have come out until the time was up.
yeah.
No.
No.
The thing
it
is,
was
we just
great.
decided that after we got out of the school. I was just decided that we were going to run away. So we spent the whole evening doing this just because we felt like it.
Yeah.
But it was great too. While we were just standing there watching them, Connie was repeating like, Roger, go over there, and like make it like fart really loud or something. Like be like very obvious that it's you. And then me and Nate will run to the car while they're going to like go find you, and we'll drive away.
Well, the trail loops around, so it would have been an awesome car chase.
Yeah, but like, why not just wait the 15 minutes and win?
Because that's boring.
I was.
You
I
say
would
that
have been
was-
so willing to chase you guys in my truck, like honestly.
Until we would have hit someone. There was a lot of people on that road.
Yeah.
Well, because when we were
got,
leaving,
like, two bikers.
when we were leaving, there was just an old lady in her PT Cruiser in the middle of the road stopping.
Yeah, I don't know what she was doing because, well, we were waiting for you like 30 minutes before. She turned around at the end of the road.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what she was doing.
Drunk.
Yeah, just a drunk lady on a dirt road. They're in the middle of nowhere at some park. A hiking horse park.
But yeah, no, this week has just been like an adventure.
Yeah, the
Like-
day before we all hung out at Connie's place and had a fire and we all sat and talked. Then we had D&D and Risk the night before.
Mm-hmm.
And then last week we hung out a lot too.
Pineapple Crush exists.
It does. Well, okay, I don't understand how you guys didn't know it was a
Okay.
thing.
I've never seen it in my entire existence, and then it just shows up in front of us.
It was not good, in my
I
opinion.
liked it.
I liked it.
I don't like
It's good.
pineapple,
It's really
and it was
sweet.
very sweet.
Well, it's sweet, but it's supposed to be like really good with alcohol, like just straight.
Of course,
vodka
you would
and
know
pineapple.
that, Roger.
Pineapple
The youngest
and
one
rum.
here would know about.
Like
Yeah.
when I'm
That's why he doesn't have a job.
My uncle had a girlfriend. They broke.
Your uncle had a
recently.
girlfriend that
Yeah,
had a brother that's
but-
cousins, friends,
No.
uncles, niece.
But no, I was on a camping trip with them, and they're really into alcohol.
And you
Like
were
they
too.
know their stuff, and they drink constantly.
Dude, that would suck though. Like
What?
you just imagine that hangover when you got home. Like that would if you're drinking constantly over the weekend.
No,
You
they,
just never
they're
not
heavy.
drunk, so it's
They're-
fine.
Yeah.
They have the tolerance to just drink constantly.
Did you know that
But they're
alcohol
awesome.
tolerance doesn't make your tolerance better? It just makes you handle it better. Like your blood alcohol content's going to be the same even
Yeah.
if you're super tolerant of it.
Yeah.
So you're just as drunk, you're just way better at handling being drunk, basically.
Yeah.
It still sucks.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well-
I've never actually been drunk, but that is
Well,
the
it's just like how amphetamines, like when you're super tired and you take a bunch of amphetamines, you're not any more awake. Your body's still going to react as though it was tired. You think you're fine.
Exactly. It's all a human trick. That's placebos are so cool. Like when I have a headache, even if it's a migraine, if I drink water, I feel better. Like it soothes my brain
Well, I feel
just
like
because
meth isn't quite a placebo.
what?
I feel
Meth?
like meth isn't really a placebo.
Well,
You
no.
just said water.
I was
know,
talking
but
about
no, like
placebos in
after-
general.
yeah.
I was just,
Um,
going to another
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Placebos are cool. I mean, in the past, placebos were very powerful, healers. They actually do release chemicals in your body
Mhm.
responding to it.
Like Pineapple Crush.
Yeah, I think those are different chemicals. It wasn't good. It was so sweet.
I
Yeah.
took those orange Twizzlers home,
Mhm.
and my brother really likes them. Like he was like, "Oh, I haven't had those in a minute. Give those to me."
Yeah, we went. Me and Connie bought a mystery flavored Twizzler, a regular Twizzler, and orange filling Twizzlers. And
No,
the-
it was like orangecicles.
It was
yeah,
terrible.
it was not good. It was like
really good.
I'm really confused still at this point. Like I can't tell if I liked it or not, but I don't.
definitely didn't. I couldn't sit there and just eat those.
Do you not like orangecicles?
Well, no, it's because
I like orange
right
but that
before I
was.
was gonna eat it, Connie says, like, don't think about toothpaste. And that's all I could think about. I could think about
It
like,
doesn't
stuff.
even taste
No,
like
it reminded
toothpaste.
the grittiness of it. It was weird. It was gritty. It was like it reminded me of what the dentist used to clean your teeth. Like it's
like
terrible.
refilling.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but that
That's
feels
gross.
like.
See, the
How would I
reason
describe that?
Nathan said that to me beforehand, I was eating them and I was like, "Oh, this kind of tastes like those Tootsie Rolls, those orange flavored Tootsie
Yeah.
Rolls."
Oh, hey.
And then Nathan was like, "Think of toothpaste," and I was like,
Hey,
"Oh."
maybe that's another example of a placebo. Because afterwards, I started imagining the aftertaste of the whatever they use to wash out your mouth to like clean your teeth. That weird toothpaste. I've never had it in store. It's always at the dentist.
Well,
Yeah, it's
I was
bad.
just thinking it's an orangecicle. I've had these before. These are pretty good.
Do you not brush your teeth?
I do.
Have
What do you?
you ever been to the dentist?
Yes. Like
When?
Once a year. Like, what? Okay, how often do you guys go to the
Twice.
dentist? Really?
Twice.
Twice a year?
Well, except for
Usually once a year.
I mean,
Since
depends
I got
on-
my braces
depends
off.
on what type of dentist. Like if it's for a clean, twice a year. If it's for braces, like once every month.
Well, that's an
I don't really
orthodontist.
need-
Yeah, orthodontist.
Well, okay. Well, you have like the crooked teeth or whatever.
I have
The
a-
crooked
I have a
tweeth.
massive underbite.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, it's generally suggested by a dentist you go twice a year, 6 months apart.
I go once a year.
What do they know? They don't know.
You
What
just
is it?
whacked
They
that
don't-
mic,
yeah,
Roger,
no.
didn't you? Look at that. You whacked that hard.
Hard.
Oh dear.
You're like a 13-year-old.
Like it's no. I used to laugh. I used to laugh at that kind of stuff. Like whenever someone like accidentally says penis or something, I'm just like.
It's like that New York education video.
Oh my
Let
God.
me.
Yeah, you tell this story.
So I was scrolling through Google Stories and I see this one headline that says,
Google stories.
yeah, Google Stories, like you just
Yeah,
scroll
I know
through.
what you're talking
Like
about. Just-
so
huh.
it says New York school under fire for showing first graders sexual education videos.
They didn't ask, did they?
No,
Like,
they got no consent from the parents. But the video pretty much says...
That doesn't sound right.
No, it's exactly what happened. In the video, in fact, I could probably, find it.
it's
but-
so bad.
In it, they're talking about masturbation. They're
These are
talking
first
about
graders.
First graders. They the one kid goes, sometimes my penis gets big and points to the sky. And this random lady in the park who doesn't even know any of them, we don't even know if it's a parent, comes up and is like, well, that's called an erection. And then the little girl, she's like, well, sometimes I touch my...
Stop. Okay. Let's
No.
that's actually.
It's so bad.
No, but
It's
here's
bad.
the, no, but here's the thing. It's terrible.
It's
No, Roger.
disgusting. Okay,
Yeah, here's
let's
the point.
actually not talk about
No,
it.
but here's the point. No, I'm not
Yeah,
talking about the
okay.
actual content.
Don't-
What I'm
don't
saying...
say the quote.
No, but what I'm saying is this is a school, a private school in New York that is showing this to first graders.
Yeah, first
It's
graders.
Terrible.
They're like
I would-
6-year-olds.
There's nothing you can learn from it other than this
What's
is
the
terrible.
age?
Like
Like-
6 to 7.
6 to 7-year-old kids
They-
watching sexual
They gain
education
nothing
videos.
from this. We learned more in 5th grade that was, of actual value. This is
I
nothing.
learned no. Dude, my 5th grade
Oh my
sex
goodness.
ed was literally just. I think it was Mr. Rubik came to our school. Yeah, no, he was like, "Hey guys, penis." And he said like penis in like 50 different languages. It was awesome. And each time he said penis, the entire class laughed.
Yeah, it was 5th grade. That was
Dude,
awesome.
it was awesome.
A
And-
penis knuckle sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
What was?
No. We had, who was it? I think
It
we also had
wasn't
Rubik.
Rubik was 7th grade. Oh no, it
Whoever
was
was-
9th
No,
or 10th.
Whoever-
Fisher was our 7th.
Whoever it was for us in 5th grade, call it a peanut butter jelly sandwich. And,
Yeah, I remember that one.
He was used to comfortable talking about it.
Which, I mean, it worked, because now I can just say penis and be like, I
Yeah.
have a...
You kind of look at each other.
Some losers don't have penises.
Roger, you go back to 5th grade education, you'd just be sitting there chuckling.
I would.
Oh goodness, that's a scary thought. Imagine him trying to teach a class like that.
Oh my god!
I-
I would teach them about being, how to be a slap chop.
I was much more entertained imagining Roger sitting with all the 5th graders in the class, and he's just like penis, and you're like,
Like, they're all like deadpan, and you're just like,
I imagine the first graders like actually like serious and like, Well, I'm sitting there like,
No, but in first grade, I didn't know what that was.
I was gonna say, I don't even know how I would have reacted. No, watching that video, I don't know how I would have reacted to that. I would have been like, why are we watching this?
Well,
I just want to color things in the lines.
Yeah.
I
wanted
need to
color outside
practice.
the
I-
line.
Do you
no.
remember? I don't even remember first grade.
I do.
I do.
I remember making cartons into cars for like a snow town scene. It's a bunch of cereal boxes.
was it like
and
one of
stuff.
those like light things where like you put it on a box, you make a light and like spins? Ooh, I keep on
Roger,
getting.
stop flacking the mic.
Yeah, but was it like one of those?
No, it was like a what do they call them? A panorama, whatever.
Panoramic?
Yeah, where it's like a whole scene laid out, and it was
Yeah.
like a town made of cardboard boxes and stuff covered in colored paper, and you'd use milk cartons from the school, as cars and stuff.
Oh.
And we did that for Christmas until like 3rd grade. Every class helped make things.
We didn't do that.
I remember that in 1st grade.
Diorama?
Diorama. That makes
Something like
sense,
that.
right.
Like panorama is the type of picture where you.
Yeah. No, diorama sounds more accurate. I remember that, but not any sex ed stuff in 1st grade.
No.
Yeah,
I didn't even
definitely
think about
not.
that. I was more, concerned about digging the sand out from under the playset and running around in the grass fields.
Dude, okay, wicked thing, when I was in elementary, I would so the swings were where the sand would be. So what I would do was, I would shove my head into the sand, get sand, listen. I would get sand in my
This
hair.
explains a lot.
And I'll go back in, and I found out when I shook my hair, sand would fall out.
Whoa!
I know,
That's so
it-
incredible.
It was incredible to me because I was like, I'm producing sand. And so I was like, this is a superpower.
Well, okay, so while Nathan's over there digging all the sand out, you come along and you're like, well, listen, I can put it back for you.
Yeah, exactly. But no, and my teacher, she was really annoyed by it. She was like, stop.
I think my favorite thing to do in school was for a few days, there was the one they plowed the basketball court outside of the school we went to. It'd pile up the snow and it'd get hard, and we'd play King of the Hill on it. Oh my goodness, that got so brutal as 4th graders and 5th graders. We just like destroyed it. The teachers would yell at you, and so you just go to a different pile of snow and do it again. And then there was these 2 picnic tables off to the side, and when they plowed the snow, it would connect to them. And so we'd play King of the Tables. Do you remember that?
I think I was gone that one day.
You were there. You get on teams, and the goal was to hold both tables because they
I
were
remember that.
they were level to the snow drifts, the top of them. So you'd stand on the tables, and your team would have to hold it.
And I remember the tables were like super wobbly, so it was super hard to stay up there while they were slippery, packed with snow.
Yeah, and then everyone else was trying to get you off. Our team did the best in that because it was me, you, and Robert, I think.
Oh, Robert.
Yeah, and we were wrestling and stuff.
Like pushing people off.
We were coordinating a lot better than the other teams.
Everyone else was more like, pull them off. Where we were like bare fist and
beating the crap out of kids.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, oh, watch that kid, and we just take him out and push him off the snow heap.
Imagine
Everyone
doing
else was
that
like
now.
pushing each
We
other.
should totally do that again.
No, like actually, like imagine doing that as like full-grown adults.
Beating each other, playing King of the
It's
Hills.
so much more marching band. We had to go around like elementary schools and like basically recruit them by playing our music for them. Like, this is what a horn sounds like.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember they didn't play very well for us. That's why I never joined band.
Damn, that's rough.
My sister was in that song.
But like the awesome thing was, in like I want to say like 10th grade, I got to do recess again because we had to wait for the kids to do like whatever that they were doing in class and come out during like recess or something to watch us. So we had like an hour and a half to ourselves in the recess. Do you
On
guys?
the playground?
Yeah, but do you guys know
That's
Gaga
awesome.
Ball?
I've heard
I've
of
heard
it.
of
Never
it.
really played it.
We always hung out in a pit.
It's basically like a dirt pit, and it's like dodgeball but for your legs.
Yeah,
like
I
you had to
know.
like throw it at people's legs. That got so violent. Imagine 30 like teens
Yeah.
like just whipping a ball at each other. It literally made sonic booms when we threw it at each other. It was dangerous. So many people were like bruised and like fucked up.
Oh, that's good.
It was
I think
great.
we should do paintball. I think that'd be so much fun. Because we were all standing out there, like, climbing up this bridge and stuff, avoiding them in there. And I was like, imagine what this would be like if we were, like, actually hunting them with, like, paintball guns and stuff. We could have flanked around you, because you guys were oblivious to us, I
Oh,
assume.
completely.
Like, we could have flanked around him and just hosed him down, because it was
Well, there's a paintball, whatchamacallit?
a joint, yeah, on
Yeah.
24.
It's behind some bar.
Bar. Yeah,
I
and
work-
her work.
Oh,
I
is
work in that
Cascade?
same parking lot. Yeah.
Oh, I know about that one.
I've been there. It's pretty fun.
Oh.
There's
Yeah.
a
My,
farm stand down at the bottom. That's where I work during the summer.
My brother-in-law had one, what do they call it, a bachelor party?
Yeah.
No. Is that what it's called?
Before a wedding?
Yeah.
Yeah, bachelor party.
Yeah, we had a bachelor party, and that's what we did. We played paintball out there. And I'm just saying, they played a lot of games, and one of the better ones was like Get Down, Mr. President, because it was him and his dad, and then it was everyone else trying to shoot him. And he didn't have it, and his goal was just to not get shot. Well, his bodyguard was his dad, and he can get shot as much as he want, so he can keep getting shot. So the goal was basically... It was really fun because everyone's hosing down his dad. His dad's getting shot. And he's just standing out there just shooting everybody. And when we got shot, we'd have to go back to the middle and reset. And I remember there was at one point we were playing, it was like called Airplane. It was just the map. It was the flag you're supposed to hold was like in the middle. And then your spawns, you just ran back to where you started and come back. We're on the sides. The thing is that one side had more cover than the other, and I got the side with no cover, and it was freaking Stalingrad. We kept running up, and we'd pop out of the spawn, and we'd just get hosed down, because they were inside the middle thing, and they were just... That was the time I realized I needed to probably wear a
We
cup.
should. Have you,
We should do that, though.
there's like apocalyptic, like, what do you call them?
Barrels.
No.
Pizza
Simulation.
Huts.
Like in real life, where like 500 people grouped together in like a huge forest
Yeah, I've heard of
location.
these.
Yeah, we should do that.
Totally.
That
I'd
would be
up for
so
it.
much fun.
Actually, I've heard about this hayride you can go on, and it's basically you shoot zombies like with paintball
Mhm.
paintball guns from like the from the trailer thingy, and I think that would be really fun.
Oh my god.
It's just beaming zombies down.
I don't know. Anything where I could shoot you guys would be fun.
Regular paintball, if we could get a few more people so we could at least have 3s,
Mhm.
but preferably like 4 people on every team. That would be awesome.
I feel bad for shooting. Like
I would shoot you so much. Shoot you
I would
so
not
much.
feel bad at all.
I wonder
Me and
if-
Roger
okay,
have to have
I
a
would not
fight.
feel
by
bad
the
for
way.
shooting you. I would shoot you like 8
I'll
times.
shoot
They
you like
feud.
9 times.
They
I
feud a lot.
imagine us like sitting there just shooting at each other.
Just stand there.
No.
They usually have a ref with there and be like, "You guys are out." And just
No.
No, I shot him first.
Run out of paintballs, just bare fist, like
beat each
bloody.
other with the paintball guns. Just
I feel like we get in so many situations. Like we would just have like the most ridiculous reason to like actually like fist
Well,
fight.
no, but yeah.
I thought you guys were gonna do it at the restaurant when you were like, "I'm gonna have the shrimp and filet mignon or whatever,
Parmesan sirloin.
Parmesan sirloin shrimp
No, but
steak with
and
French fries, not potatoes."
extra French fries. And I was
I
like,
didn't, I didn't say
oh.
nothing about extra French fries.
Oh, you didn't. Say, no,
No.
not extra.
I
He
just
just
asked for French fries.
instead of
instead
getting
that.
mashed potatoes and broccoli, he just got French fries for his
Which, I mean,
$20
that's not
meal.
too weird. I've done that before,
Yeah.
but I always have the broccoli at least.
I don't. I mean, broccoli's not bad, but I'd rather French fries.
But like, yeah, I was ready to throw down an Applebee's like when he pulled it out. Instantly was looking at the $18 steak. Like,
I lose.
I mean, no, I don't have a problem
You
with you
did
getting
lose.
steak. Like, and I lost, and I was willing to pay for it. But like, at least they were being reasonable. But yeah.
Well, okay.
The thing
I
is
was
that-
I gave him $5, so
Yeah.
Okay.
the overall price came out to be like 12.
Well, here's the thing, though. He ordered a Pepsi, and as most people know, well, refills are free. Well, Roger forgot this, and I was
I
going to
didn't
use
forget
this.
it.
I was
You
going
guys
to use
just
it.
convinced me that it was.
I convinced him that each one was $3, but I'd cut him a deal, like, take 2 for each. You know? So
You got
he got like what, 4 cups?
Well, the thing, crazy thing was, you told me that after I gulped down like 2 cups, because like I was thirsty. It was after we were like out for like 3 hours in the wilderness, so I was like, oh, I'm dying. I was dying of thirst. So I was like,
So we needed a
I
steak.
slurped down one Coke. I slurped down another.
It was
I
Pepsi.
get back. Yeah, Pepsi, my bad. And I get back. I'm slurping down my 30s. Like, those, you gotta pay for those. I'm not gonna pay for all your drinks. And I was like,
It was one of my most smooth manipulations
Yeah.
because he believed it until he saw the receipt. Like,
yeah.
And that was after he paid him, so.
yeah, he did pay me, which, yeah.
Well, I gave you 5 for the steak because I know it was like unrealistic for me to like ask you to give me a $20 steak.
Yeah.
So
Sucker.
What did it come out to? Like $75?
$76.
$76.95.
It's a big oof.
He has
Yeah,
the
I-
burned in his brain.
Yeah.
So I wasn't being like that mean. I
Yes,
still
you were.
paid for it.
You were
at
being
least.
that guy.
You
I
were
paid
being
for
that guy.
a
He
quarter
kept
of that
burping
meal.
in the restaurant. He kept going like, ugh.
Okay,
He
yeah.
sounded like he was about to vomit. Like,
Oh no, because you guys made me laugh while I was drinking, so I was like serious, like, and you guys were like, God, Roger.
Roger,
being that guy.
You're being that guy.
Fake dies in a restaurant to get free cake or something.
Yeah, no, and then he was about to, I mean, obviously it was a joke, but he's like, well, it's my birthday. Do they give out cake? It's not,
was-
his birthday's in October.
He was really thinking about
Yeah.
getting a full-sized cake, though, and having Elton pay for it.
Oh, that would
I
have been
think-
like.
What'd you guys do if I just left? I had so much power. I could have just walked out and drove off.
Luckily, you didn't think of that.
No,
And you're
I
a
thought.
man.
No, trust me, I thought
You're
about
a
it.
man of your word.
I am a man
Yeah,
of my
no,
word.
that
We'd make Roger pay for it because he's the one who cost the most.
I still gave it.
He did.
I did. I gave you money to like cover like at least the expensive
The
part.
Coke.
I brought it down to at least like $10.
No, you didn't.
It was like
That's not how
13.
that
You
works.
brought it down to like
That's
13.
not- yeah.
18 minus 5 is 10.
It was still the most expensive I've ever gone.
Yeah.
Listen,
I got. You still took from my French fries too.
I did, but I paid for most of those.
you paid for
You paid
most.
for everything.
Yeah.
And I could have eaten because they gave me so many fries. It
That's
was like
weird.
ridiculous.
Yeah, like they put the steak on his plate and then they heaped the plate with fries on top of
I
it.
couldn't even get to the steak until I got through the fries. That was like one of the reasons. Like, God, please.
I should have totally been like a complete jerk to the waitress so they would like spit on all your guys' food. That would have
Oh
been
my-
so.
I'll take a steak, bitch.
It better be medium rare or it's
It better
going
be-
back.
Oh my God.
So that's the kind of thing.
She
when
was too nice to do that.
But yeah,
to her.
I don't have to.
You say that, Roger. You definitely the just kept burping and coughing when she walked by.
Like,
She'd be walking by and you'd be like,
Elton, what you could do is like you could say I want to eat on steak now, and then you put it on a little scale. And it's like this is like
This is-
7.9 pounds.
I'm not paying for it. Send it back. Give me another one.
Or ounces, not pounds.
Or like you're like one of those like sexist guys. She's like, hey woman, get over here.
Did you cook this?
Did you cook? Oh my god.
"Who? You got a man or a woman in that kitchen?
Oh.
If it's a man, I want you to cook it."
Oh no!
That'd be so terrible.
Oh, so it's like,
I don't have but I cannot. I physically cannot be mean to waitresses. I can't. It's not it.
I hate people who can though.
You?
Well, I understand if like
I
the
wasn't-
waitress is being a jerk, like that's one thing. But just to be your default is I'm gonna be a jerk. I'm getting what I want.
Okay.
You work
Yeah.
with me.
Okay, some people's days are just bad, so sometimes I understand. But when you're like consistently like a douchebag to like, what would you call it? Just like any
Servers?
servers, workers in general,
People in general.
they don't. Well, yeah, they have to. It's kind of their job, but like, it's not their fault. It's $8.
Yeah, that's-
for.
Or
I don't know.
We were
And
talking
another-
about the throwing that
Like, they
milkshake
don't
trend from The
control that.
Office, and like we were talking about that yesterday in the car, and the milkshake thing from The Office where they threw the milkshake at the people, and how it's the same thing. It's like you feel bad. It's like, what did they do to deserve you throwing a milkshake at them?
And once again, I mean, like if you get a bad steak, don't yell at the waitress. It's not her fault. Don't take away
Yeah.
her tip. She didn't cook it.
Yeah.
Well,
She
okay.
just brought it to you.
Listen, I'm also going to complain because I asked for medium well, and I got well done.
What's the best way to eat a steak?
Well, you also got an $18 steak, so
With
be
shrimp
happy.
on top, and Parmesan, and fries,
And
Yeah.
all on
yeah,
top.
But still, shit could have been better.
Yeah. Well, if you want a better one, you pay for it.
exactly.
But
Well,
honestly,
no,
all
no,
jokes
no.
aside, I was okay with paying it. Honestly,
You lost fair and square.
Yeah.
We beat you. And it's not like we beat him like we were just in a completely different area. We were near him and within
Yeah.
earshot for like half the time.
I even I don't usually admit defeat, but I admitted defeat. I was like, I don't feel like it's hot out here. I don't
Yeah.
feel like going through looking for
I have
guys.
his messages. He actually admitted
I
that he
admitted
lost.
defeat.
'Cause-
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, you guys should come here. We should stop." And I was like, "Admit it to me that you've lost."
I did.
And he did.
It was, honestly, today was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Like
we-
even when I got in the car with Belle, I was like, now just so you know, I'm not actually mad about paying that. It was all for fun.
Yeah, I'm just saying, at school today, you could see the hypocrisy and slowness of just everything in that school. Just we got there and they had us all squeezed together in one bleacher and stuff. It's like I just was here to get my cap and gown.
Yeah.
I wanna,
And we were there for like 2 hours. And the worst part was,
6:30 to like 12:30. Yeah.
Yeah. it was
first they
like-
treated us like children because each person had a number and there was rows labeled in tens. And it's like a person couldn't figure out that where they were supposed to seat. They just should have said it. Instead, they let us all sit down. Then they had us row by row get into the row, and they told us the numbers that they were supposed to be. It's like, are you kidding me? How dumb do you think we are? We're all
Here's
graduating
one.
seniors.
2.
Well, that's also like a tradition of rope. I'm really excited for swing out. Like I've gone to the swing outs for marching band, and I did the marching band.
When is
Playing the
that?
music.
Friday, Thursday?
I think it's
Friday.
Thursday.
Thursday?
Thursday. I believe it's Thursday.
Not tomorrow, the day after tomorrow.
So Friday.
Thursday.
I believe it's Thursday.
I have to work.
I don't know
so
what day
we'll
it is.
see.
But yeah, a swing out is when like how in like preschool you would have like not preschool, like more like kindergarten, where you'd have like the kids holding onto the
Swing
rope
out's
to go to like
third.
class to class.
Yeah,
That-
that is a thing that
Wait,
has
we're
happened.
doing-
Swing out's the 3rd and commencement's the 6th.
Right.
Huh?
Swing
I
out
thought
is
it was commencement then swing out. I feel like that would make more sense.
Yeah, I thought the commencement's tomorrow. Wait,
No.
no,
Commencement.
no, I'm thinking wrong.
So we swing out on the 3rd, and then we graduate.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That
Well,
doesn't
we
make
have to
sense.
take a walk.
Wouldn't
That
you
makes
do-
sense to
Wouldn't
me.
you do the walk?
So we're actually doing the swing out and not the drive-through?
Yeah,
We're doing that too, aren't we? We're doing the drive-through.
Nope. It was gonna be a cruise, a parade for seniors. I was so excited. I was gonna.
No, but they're doing
I
the
know.
drive-in, aren't
Oh, yeah.
they?
I
They're,
hated that.
they're doing that, yeah.
We're doing a drive-in.
I wanted to do swing out because that's tradition. I was excited to
I
do
think
that.
they should have done both. Honestly.
I mean,
They could have done both. Who cares?
Yeah, do like a
But-
senior parade.
You can drive a truck and
I'm gonna.
Hang out. Like everyone else is like
Tie the rope.
Everyone's walking down the street and I just plow through with my
Oh, man.
It's crazy too, because while we're walking, all the parents like start like crowding in and like harassing,
Mobbing you.
Yeah, getting
They're like,
inside
"Give me
your
the money."
little bubble.
Imagine that someone just comes in and mugs you during that. Everyone's like, "Oh, congratulations!" And this guy just comes in and just whips
It's a
you.
huge crowd, and they're just
Shit,
all
stupid
crowding
crowd.
out on the seniors. That's like what happens. So and just Elton just like.
Why'd you do it? I was saving all those people from the muggers.
Especially, but it would make it even better if my truck was all decked out in like the high school gear, like super.
You got
spirit.
football helmets all in the front to bounce people off.
Yeah, like.
You're number 6.
And then when I get to the end, I'm like, "Where's my diploma?"
Can we have Elton up to the stage?
No, like with fractional commencement, like I just drive my truck up the steps, like.
You're going up like real slow.
I imagine that's it's just Elton.
No, I mentioned it's full speed, like a ramp, just.
They're like Elton, and then you just hear.
You're giving a speech.
Everyone
right?
looks out and they
No,
see
I
you
was kind of
squeal into the parking lot. Just
Tires squealing.
like they turn over and they see
Children screaming.
people running out of the way.
It's like a you killed Kenny kind of like situation,
Yeah.
but like you just killed.
You killed the class of 2021.
Not even the pandemic could do that.
I don't think it killed anyone, did it?
I
It
don't
killed
know.
parents.
Yeah, it killed a lot of
It
relatives.
killed 9 parents. Not all of them are from COVID, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. It was vague. They didn't say how because
Yeah.
not one student and 9 people died, but the one student is because he shot himself. Or
Someone shot.
there was a gun accident. There was 2 of them
Oh.
messing with a gun, and his friend shot him on
Yeah,
accident.
That's really sad. That
That is really messed up.
That was some kid from where I live.
This is
dude.
why I
was like,
think
whoa.
gun safety should be taught, so people don't do stupid stuff with guns.
Well, it
I
used
hear
to
stuff
be a
about it all the
class.
time.
It should be embedded into people how to use a gun so you can use it safely. So when you're just like, oh, look at the gun. A gun shouldn't be a novelty. It should just be a tool that everyone knows so they know how to be safe with it. Because they say, oh, what about mass shooting? The thing is that most people who are willing to do bad things with a gun are going to figure out how to use a gun. So you might as well teach the majority of people how to use a gun safely so they don't have as many accidents with them.
That makes sense.
Like, I don't get why it's such a big issue. It's like, oh, you're teaching all the criminals. It's like, no, are you saying everybody who learns how to use a gun is a criminal?
I should show you
I've
this.
known how to use a gun my whole life.
All of our classes, like the schools around here, 2 or 3 generations back, they had hunter safety as an elementary class.
Yeah, I took hunter safety outside of it, but yeah, like I've used guns as long as I can remember, and I've never had any problems with them, and I've had the safety ground into me since I was a kid, and I've been very safe with them, and I've been fine. And I think that's important for people.
Here's my thing. It feels like common sense for one not to like mess with a gun because it's
Well, people
you
are
know,
dumb.
something.
Like, you'd be surprised.
Yeah, but second,
But if you ingrain it into them as children.
the kids shouldn't have had the gun to begin with too.
Well,
so
no.
that places it apart with like
that's
the
why
parents
it was a novelty weapon. That's the thing. They saw it and they're like, let's mess with it, you know. If
Yeah.
everyone knew, it's like, oh, it's just a gun. Who cares? We don't need it right
I
now.
understand that, but
Like, for me, if I see a gun, I'm like, if it's a new gun, I might look at it, but I'm not gonna play with a gun.
what's this?
Like, I use it for like target practice and
why
hunting.
isn't it shooting? Like, look at the barrel. No, but that's just how.
Hey
kids
man, for
are.
a new gun, your barrel's pretty dirty.
Boom!
Yeah, just like
Yeah, he's like, oh, just pull the trigger, Billy. It'll clear it right out.
The barrel cleaner.
Just look down it so you can make sure it's clean.
that kind of stuff. Well, even people with like who are like educated in gun safety
Yeah.
and stuff like
Accidents still happen.
Have you heard that story? Oh, it's really messed up. This dude and his wife got home after like a long day of work or something like that, and they were like laying down in bed getting ready to sleep, and they heard like shuffling in their closet, right? And so the dude gets up like real slowly, grabs his gun, and he's panicking, right? There's probably someone in his closet. He doesn't know what it is, who it is. It could be a burglar. And he comes up, he's like, if there's anyone in the closet, I'm armed. And he opens the closet and his daughter's in there. And he shoots her. Like, not knowing that it was his daughter and stuff. So even if you're like, the dude took classes and stuff.
Well,
from what I remember reading about it.
Well, that's the thing. Accidents do inevitably happen.
Anyway, it's really messed up because the dude was sentenced for that.
Well, it was probably an accident, but he did shoot her.
What would that be under? Like, first, second?
Manslaughter?
Would that be manslaughter?
I think
Maybe
manslaughter is
accidental.
accident. Yeah.
Accidental manslaughter or something.
See, I've heard that story, but I never heard the part where he called out and opened up, because that's what you're supposed to do. You tell them that you're armed first.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, if they don't say anything, it's kind of their fault.
Well, my dad
As
always says that if there's someone intruding in his house, he doesn't want them to know he has a gun.
Well, one of the main rules is to always know what you're going to shoot at before you shoot.
Yeah.
When you shoot at something, you should know where it is and what's behind it.
I guess some people are a little antsy with the trigger because they've been waiting for this moment.
If you've been taught carefully, that is what you
Waiting
should
for
do.
this moment.
Yeah, like,
Oh my
honestly,
God.
you know how many times, like, I mean, I've done it. You sit there thinking, oh, if a burglar comes in, what am I going to do? Well, this guy obviously was waiting for that moment.
I hunt a lot, so I've quite a bit of experience shooting at things. And I like, a good example is like,
Close it all the way.
No.
Close the door.
where's your cords there?
Uh,
A good example is this past winter I was hunting and I was in a blind and it was in front of a field and I saw a deer, and I was like, oh, I'm going to shoot. And I was shot, but the thing is that there was a house behind it. And that's something you got to notice, because a person paying less attention, you could just shoot and you could shoot into that person's house. You could shoot someone through the house. Like, one of the big things in hunter safety they teach you is that when you shoot at something, first identify that what you're shooting at is what you think it is. Do not shoot at something because you hear it or anything, because we always insult people who shoot at sound, hunters and stuff. Like, that's a terrible thing to do. Don't shoot at sound. Don't shoot at something until you know what it is. Like, if it's a criminal, you should recognize that it's a criminal before you should shoot. And not like, oh, they're wearing, the stereotype. But if they're like sketchy dude
someone in your house that you don't recognize.
Yeah, like, you can be like, you need to go. And if they don't listen to you, you can blast them.
Well, all I'm saying is, don't come into my house like if you're not supposed to be
you're
here.
planning to keep your penis.
My dad is not going to chop off your penis.
He's going to shoot it.
Well, I mean, never to invade your house.
Yeah, his dad comes out with the cleaver.
He's like, come here, you
I'm going to have to ask you to get out of this house.
The grill's going.
Oh, man. I'd rather be shot.
So, for your dad cooking that, would he be cooking slap chops?
What are you on about?
You should tell that story.
I really don't want to.
Slap chop. Ooh.
It's so funny, though.
It
is.
But I feel like we've already told this.
We have
story.
Probably have.
Not on here.
I think we did the one that didn't work.
You're right, the one that they don't know about.
Yeah.
They're
I'm
not
confused.
supposed to know about.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about when he slapped his.
Oh, what are you actually? Okay.
Don't spoil the story, Ellen.
Fine. They're just like really large spikes. You guys are just like ear raping someone right now. But yeah, if you didn't gather this already, I was very questionable as a kid.
Yeah, he used to. The short side tangent. At lunch, every day, he used to show us different facts about different animal penises.
Cause it interested me one day. I was like
it was turtles
cartoon.
first.
Yeah,
No,
turtles
it was
the
ducks.
first one.
Oh yeah, turtles was the first one you showed us.
I'm pretty sure we've talked about this specifically.
Have
You
we?
guys have.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, continue.
Anyway, yeah. So
Just side tangent.
So I was like 12 or 13,
That's
and
even worse. I think that's worse.
Oh, it's so
why
much
is
worse.
it worse?
You
Because
should have watched
you're,
that video in New York.
Like, I'd understand if you were like 6 or 7, but you were 13.
Okay, I was 13 and didn't know what sex was. Okay,
He learned about animals.
Very quickly.
it took a second, but
Years.
Tell the story.
So it was late one night. It was like 9 or something, and I had to get to bed. because I had to make school tomorrow. And I usually, I shower, go to bed, wake up in the morning, go to school.
Yep.
So we're watching like 2.5 Men.
Yep.
And Charlie Sheen, like, didn't get his one-night stand or something. Something happened. So he was like, well, time to do the classic. And he got in bed and he started, jerking it.
Under a blanket.
But, yeah, under a blanket. So all I saw was, like, the blanket, like, moving up and down. And I was like, what is he doing? And I'm taking my shower. I was like, how does that feel good? He's just, like, moving his balls around, isn't he? So, as any man would do, I was like, if I jiggled him harder and faster, that means I would like it more.
No.
So, after, like, putting up, like, coming up with this whole plan, I'm like, okay, I got this. And I raised my hand. I just I just slapped my privates as hard as I could, and it hurt.
No crap!
So hard, and I was like, "Why is Charlie Sheen doing this?" It was a terror. It let out like that little like noise.
Did your dad like check up on you?
No. My parents never knew anything about this until like 2 years later. I was like 14, and my dad was like, "So Roger, have you?" He was trying to get me to talk. He's like, "Have you ever?"
You immediately told him this story. I would have never told anyone this story. Yeah, everyone I know knows that story now.
Have you touched yourself? And I was like, no. And I was like, well, actually, I tried. He was like, you tried? I was like, how do you try? And so I told the story to my dad, and he nicknamed me Slap Chop for like a good year.
Now here's something. Roger won Prom King.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm very popular.
The past few weeks, he's had a thing about taking his shirt off.
Do you want me to put up the pictures right now?
No, I don't want people seeing my nipples.
You're right, I'll blur it.
Yeah, blur my nipples.
Oh! No, put like smaller, like low quality versions of the picture over. I got
I think
you.
it'd be funnier if you just like took Roger heads and put them on.
Okay, you got it.
At prom, after he got labeled Prom King, we went outside of the tent because it was.
Oh wait,
tent.
can I share something about that real quick though?
Yeah.
A lot of people while we were there came up to me and were like, "Oh, Roger, how are you doing, man? I voted you Prom King." And I was like, "Cool. If I'm Prom King, I'm taking my cock out." You remember that? I told you guys that too.
You did. You told everyone that.
I like straight face was like, "That's how we're working today. That's what I'm doing."
Then he won.
And I won. And you know how many people came up to me afterwards like, we didn't see you take your member out, buddy." People actually came up to me about like they were disappointed. And I was like, got cock shy or something. I don't know.
I don't
So
blame
his solution was to strip half naked and run around the football field. He literally was like, "I'm taking my shirt off," and he takes his shirt off, and then a teacher walks out.
Well, no, because what happens is he wanted me to take a picture, so he's sitting there under like the goalpost, his shirt off, the Prom King sash on him, and every one of our friends leaves, and I'm trying to go. He's like, "No, take the picture, Nelson, take the picture."
He's yelling that. He yelled that because one of our teachers was walking out to pick up trash outside.
Not just the teacher, it was the principal.
Yeah, the principal walked out as Roger is taking his shirt off.
No, okay, wait. So, I originally was like, okay, it was a really beautiful like scene. I was like, what if you and Bella like went out there and like sat down and like hugged or something? It would be like a really good looking picture.
You saying this shirtless?
No. He was like, oh, that's a good idea. He goes and gets his camera. I'm like, what if I took my shirt
he
off?
He keeps getting urges to take his shirt off. It's really gross.
The thing is, the day before that, we were walking in the woods again, and like he gets the urge in the scene where
it was another situation where I was like,
yeah, it was
oh,
a beautiful
Bella, you go
scene.
back there. You're like, why don't you like you have a picture of yourself like in the background.
And he's like, well, I could also take my shirt off. And he's standing in the middle of these woods, his shirt off, almost the exact same pose. Like, you want me to put that one up there too?
No, it censor my nipples.
Yeah, of course. We'll censor my nipples.
We have several pictures of him shirtless now.
Too many.
Way too many pictures of him
More than I ever
shirtless.
thought I would have.
It's more than one. But yeah, no, that's it was funny too because Lindsay came out and he was like, "Oh, come on!" And I was like, "Ooh!" Just like hurrying up to put my shirt on. I even put it on backwards.
Yeah, like it was so perfect timing. He came out there and you were shirtless.
It was hilarious because the person that Roger went to prom with us.
Yeah.
And as soon as she saw this happening, she's like, I'm not dealing with it.
Yeah, we were all standing out there to getting pictures taken outside. And Roger was like, "I'm taking my shirt off," and we all just left. We were like, "Nope, we're not gonna be a part of this."
I tried to leave. I tried so hard.
Yeah, you did too. And he was like, "No, stay." Yeah, we left.
Take the picture.
We walked
Take the
away from
picture.
them and then watched as it happened.
It was so I can't get Lindsay's voice like, "Are you serious?"
It was so funny. I feel like that was the cherry on top of that.
He was
Yeah.
our prom king.
Your prom king.
Getting shirtless in the football field.
So,
That's why I'm prom king.
The
Come on, get real.
principal saw Roger shirtless.
Oh, hey, the principal also heard me scream "Wasp" because I'm WAP playing. And you remember you were walking up to
so
me.
funny because WAP starts playing and Roger's over there. Yeah, it's my town!
I'm outside the tent, and like a group of teachers are behind me, and I hear, "Get a bucket and a mop." And I'm like, "For this!" I'm screaming, and the teacher behind me like, "What?"
Yeah, they yelled at the DJ a few times that night for
Yeah.
playing
Yeah.
songs.
It was
Yeah.
great. It was awesome.
Well, and then like he started playing like Slipknot. There was a kid headbanging in the middle, and Lindsay,
Yeah.
the principal, comes up to stop it, and I was like, "Boo!" So he lets it start up again. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
It was a night to remember, and I honestly think that it will be like I'll remember it for years because it was a perfect way to end the school year.
Honestly.
It really encapsulated it because it was not prom-like, I think.
No,
Not,
but it was.
oh my god, there was Metallica playing at points.
Yeah, it was half of it was crappy rap songs and Metallica was playing for a while.
Well, I mean, not that Metallica. Fits
No,
in there.
Metallica's not
It's just
crappy.
not
It's just
fitting.
it's not fitting for a prom. We were at prom, by the way.
Yeah.
It wasn't homecoming or some dance. It was prom, and he got shirtless, and they were
Usually they have a
playing.
live band for prom. Like,
Do they?
usually.
It's usually a lot more expensive, but it was a cheaper ticket because of all the mess with COVID and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was a $15 ticket, so you could see all
Oh,
the
that
younger kids show
Yeah,
up
there
because
was
it was
a
just
lot
another
of 10th
homecoming to
graders.
them.
Exactly.
Yeah, that sucked.
The
Well,
kid
they
with
missed their
jeans
homecoming.
And Spurs.
Yeah, there was
the
a-
kid wore jeans and Spurs.
There was a group of like these rednecks wearing jeans and cowboy hats. Now I don't have a problem with you wearing a cowboy hat. I used to do it, but like if you're gonna wear a cowboy hat to prom, you have to make it look classy. Like have a suit. No, these kids have their shirts rolled up. They have the jeans.
Yeah, they
Spurs
dressed
on
like
their
it was
boots.
a homecoming.
They
were
dressed
dressed
like they were
nice.
trying to make a statement, but dude,
Yeah.
you're just trash.
That's the thing. We got here before everyone else. Me and Connie did, so we're just sitting there, and they were the only other people here. Like it was just a mob of them and their dates.
Yeah.
On the
They
other side,
were all taller than them.
Oh,
Like every single one of them. There was a short guy and a tall girl. Every single one of them.
did I tell you? Me and Zoe got there like way early, and we're sitting there, and I start counting like colors of dresses. I was like, okay, so far I've seen like 5 gray ones. If I don't see like at least like a light blue one, I'm gonna scream. And I was like, okay, there's not gonna be a yellow one. Who's gonna wear a yellow dress to prom? What colors makes okay, yellow black? Oh, Bumblebee. Ooh, so cool. Wow, look at you, so quirky at prom. No, you're not gonna do that. What else goes with yellow? Like a pink? No.
No, nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing
brown?
goes with yellow.
Pink and brown.
Oh no, pink and brown was
Yellow and brown go together.
Bumblebee.
Yeah.
but it's literally Bumblebee.
Yeah.
So
Maybe yellow and red. If you want to be like a hot dog.
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Yeah.
Or like communists.
Oh, yeah.
That's just red and gold. It's not
A
yellow.
red, like
But-
a yellow gold type color.
So I was talking to her. I was like, okay, we're not gonna see a yellow dress. 100% we're not gonna see a yellow dress. She was like, you know what? If I see a yellow dress, I'm killing you. Dead. You're dead tonight. And I'm like, oh yeah. So I told everyone. I think I told everyone at this crib. I was like, if you guys see anyone in a yellow dress, tell me. I'm killing them.
He did tell
Did
us
you
that.
see someone with a yellow?
No, none.
It's one of the
I was
first things
right.
he told us.
There was a lot of like red and black and disco ball.
Blue.
Like
Oh yeah, a lot of like
weird,
silver dresses.
Silvery. This woman looked like if you put her in a room with strobe lights at her, it would give someone a seizure.
Yeah.
Like, a disco ball.
Should have pinned her up so it would have been, more shiny, like
Mhm.
actual prom with a disco ball.
Yeah.
It was all.
Do proms have disco balls?
Probably.
No,
Yeah,
probably
I
not.
think probably-
They do?
Yeah,
Dude,
like, it's like
I don't know. I've never been to an
slow
actual
moving
prom.
like lights.
Yeah.
That's the disco ball. I believe it.
It's been a crazy time, but I mean, it's been a fun time this summer so
Oh,
far.
for
It's only
sure.
been a week and a half.
3
And
days.
I've splurged
Dude, what?
$60 in this group.
Yeah.
Today alone, Elton paid $76 for an outing. The thing is that we've done a lot of stuff, and I think one of the big things was doing this podcast together.
There's a moral to this story. Friends, good friends, you don't come by them often, but when you have them, they are expensive. Like,
And-
holy crap.
Not
Well,
very
okay.
good at hide and seek.
Yeah.
They tend to just sit at their truck and give up and lie to you.
We should make that like a weird like tradition with the end of the podcast from now on, where we have like listen to a random dumb moral to the
Yeah.
story. Like there was no story. You guys told like 10 of them. But like no,
The
the moral of this podcast was
Friends are expensive.
don't drink Coke. It's very high in calories.
And it was Pepsi, not Coke.